How did you outfox your ex in family court? My ex-wife Carla was taking me to the cleaners and I had no idea how to stop it. For 2 years straight, she'd been filing for my tax refund, claiming I never paid child support. The crazy part? My wages were being automatically taken out of my paycheck every month for support. I literally had no choice in the matter. But apparently none of that mattered to Carla. She'd march into the IRS office with these perfect spreadsheets showing I owed over 12 grand. Her story was always the same. I was a deadbeat dad who vanished after the divorce. No contact, no money, nothing. The first year I tried fighting it myself and got laughed out of the building. Nobody wanted to hear from the deadbeat. The second year was worse. She came prepared with bank statements, payment logs, the whole 9 yards. Everything looked official as hell. Even had her lawyer submit them as evidence. I'm sitting there with my crumpled pay stubs looking like an idiot while she's got this professional presentation. That's when I realized I needed help. Found this tax guy named Bob who specialized in messy divorce cases. Guy looked like he hadn't slept in weeks, but he knew his stuff. First thing he did was pull up my actual IRS records. These dates don't match, he said, squinting at Carla's documents on his computer screen. Look at this transaction code here versus what she submitted. This is either a huge clerical error or someone's been busy with Photoshop. Bob dug deeper. Turns out when you have your wages garnished, the state keeps insane records of everything. Every payment, every date, every penny. He requested all my payment logs directly from the state collection agency. Took about 3 weeks, but when they came back, it was like Christmas morning. Not only did they prove I'd been paying consistently, but they showed the exact dates and amounts. None of it matched what Carla had been submitting. Not even close. We need to be smart about this, Bob said. If we just show up and call her a liar, her lawyer will claim it was an honest mistake. We need proof she knew what she was doing. So we went nuclear. Bob filed a fraud report with the IRS and got a forensic accountant to analyze every document Carla had submitted. Turns out her bank statements had been digitally altered. The metadata showed they'd been edited weeks after the supposed transaction dates. Court day arrived and Carla strutted in like she owned the place. Her lawyer had this thick folder of evidence and she kept smirking at me like I was wasting everyone's time. When the judge asked her to present her case, she launched into this whole sob story about how I'd abandoned my kids and never paid a dime. Your Honor, he owes over $12,000 in back support, she said, handing over her fake spreadsheets. I've documented every missed payment. That's when my lawyer stood up and passed the judge a sealed envelope. Your Honor, we'd like to submit these verified payment records from the state collection agency, along with a forensic analysis of the plaintiff's submitted documents. The judge opened the envelope and his face changed immediately. He studied the papers for what felt like forever before looking up at Carla. Ma'am, according to these state records, support payments have been consistently made via wage garnishment. Can you explain this discrepancy? Carla's lawyer quickly whispered something to her and requested a recess. When we came back 20 minutes later, her lawyer stood up and said he was withdrawing from the case effective immediately. The judge wasn't having it. He ordered a full investigation into the forged documents and awarded me shared custody on the spot. Said any parent willing to commit fraud to keep a child from their other parent clearly had questionable judgment. 3 months later, Carla had to pay back both tax refunds plus penalties and interest. Lost primary custody too. Her new lawyer tried to claim she'd been confused about the paperwork, but the forensic evidence was too clear. When it was all over, the judge asked if I wanted to make a statement. I just looked at Carla and said, I came here to be a father, not a fighter. She never tried that mess again.